Scotland, I got introduced to hard techno in like 2005, and I had to wait for like YouTube to pop up because I was on MySpace before you did the YouTubes, and I had to search up hard techno. I couldn't find it for nothing. This little kid pops in with his hard techno music, boom, 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 boom. So I go to like the Virgin record store, and I get my NWA music that I grew up listening to. I think it was like sharing music with me, you know. So I got the NWAs, I got the Will Smith's greatest hits, I got the Nas album of personal use, and I brought from America the Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. And I had to listen to a little bit of Mike Jones, and his mom got upset listening to NWA. We watched Training Day together. In Scotland, they like our movies, you know, our culture, America. I had a car like that, I had a Monte Carlo. So what do you drive? You 31? What do you do? I don't do nothing. I get well. That's what I do. But I used to sell snow cones. In a beach in Florida. And I washed dishes at Denny's, right? So you pick up my check and slap quit. And I was a stalker for good at food rule. The boss told me, said, this job ain't for you, man. I ain't got that right. So I moved from Florida. There was 650 band. I don't know what that is. That's pretty cool. So, crash car. Sorry to hear that. At least you're alright though. You know, I hope you're alright. You're alright. I've been in one car accident. That was many years ago in Idaho. Where the little potatoes. Been in one car accident. I hope it's the last time I've been in a car accident too. I was like, so I was like, cool. Yeah, man, it was like when I was really young, in 1983 is when I got in a car wreck. I was like 7 years old. Listening to Quiet Riot. My cousin's mom and my mom talking. Good morning from Vancouver, Canada. Hey, Team 1, man, Toronto 1. So, when I was young, I wanted to make money. Right? So, in middle school, I sold candy. I used to sell chewing gum and soft drinks. And I made a pretty good profit. I made a profit of $10 a day after all expenses paid. I buy candy in bulk, right? With chewing gum and soft drinks, and I had a backpack, right? I made a profit of $10 a day. Think about it. Think about the weight. So, oh yeah, right. It was. So, I don't know. Kevin Durant shouldn't have injured the game when he was injured. I know. Maybe till next season. Yeah, right? So I sold candy. I made $10 a day when I was about 8th and 6th grade. I skipped the 7th grade. Skipped 7th grade for my good grades. And I had to maintain a 3.5 weight average. Plus I fell out grade 2 when I was in elementary. So when I got to 9th grade of high school, different total location of high school, I became a bookie, right? So I got rid of all that candy. I said, I'm going to business making money in sports, right? So I had my buddy, had people sign their name on his paper, and they paid me in advance, like $1 or $2. I went to school with a lot of wealthy kids too, so I had to put max on how much they could bet. But I got stuck on a Michael Jordan game, a national machines in schools now because of me, probably. Forefather of that. Remember the football pencils? Yeah, football pencils. I grew up in Florida, so we had a Niner, we had the Saints. They're retired. How old are you? I'm 43, and he's 31. That person's 31. Maybe I sure 55 or 54. 44. So I wanted to get in high school in 9th grade, I wanted to become a bookie on my own. I lost. So I went back to Sun Candy, made a profit. Good. So I ended up in St. Louis, of all places, in 1998. So 1998 to 2001, shortly after the towers fell in New York City, tragic event happened in New York City. So before my injuries too, before my leg injury and the cane in my back and my spine, I want to make money on Wall Street. So I live, eat, drink, breathe, poop, Wall Street. Anything to do with money, how the world circulates, Wall Street. So I'm studying Wall Street. And I figured out how to make money on Wall Street. And then that 9/11 thing happened. It was sad. Yeah. I still follow the Wall Streets, but I'm not really ambitious about making money on Wall Street. I'm just doing it for to get lost in the numbers and the whole slew of things. At that time, when I looked at the Wall Street thing, gold prices per ounce was $200 an ounce, 1998, 1999, 2000. Wheat stocks, yeah, good. Can't name it, yeah. Legal. Paradigm or something, I don't know, Paradigm. So and Apple stock was less than $2 a share at the time too. But I did Apple stock at pre-2000 and sold it for now, a lot of money. That'd make you cry. Shit, those tears. So I studied the Wall Street game. Back when they had the movie Boiler Room. You seen that movie Boiler Room? It's a good movie. I like it. It's educational. The Empire came out, Well, I retired. I was selling cell phones in the beach in Florida. I'm retired from the heat. The heat make your brain melt. Make you crazy from the heat. The sun in Florida. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm saying the same thing over and over again in every video. But we're going to talk about music. Not very good at making music, but it's therapeutic. In my end, I make MIDI sounds, samples, waves, loops. Something new. You can make it, you can play it. It's from Canada. I'm gonna pick over. I'm gonna cut teeth. Y'all do this. Y'all do this. Keep it's a blunt. Big blunts. Born in Scotland? Yeah, I'm also Scotland. I'm also Glasgow. Edinburgh. east side, right? Or of Scotland. Aberdeen's the east side, east coast of Scotland, right? But Glasgow's the west side of Scotland. I've seen two people smoke blunts in casinos. One guy was, this is in Florida, on a boat, on a casino boat in Florida of all places, right? This guy had a blunt in his mouth. Maybe a Cuban cigar, for all we know. And he wasn't dealing in chips. He had a big baker's bag, right? Throwing stacks of hundreds. Stacks of baker notes, stacks of hundreds on his crap game. Shooting dice, right? And me and my buddies with Dad begged him for entered his boat on his boat cruise with me. And that's where I hang out at the boat casino in Florida. And me and my dad were like, you know, imagine how much money he was shoving. He was losing. He was losing big time. Throwing stacks of cash out on the thing. And there were $10,000 stacks or $5,000 stacks. He had a bunch of them big that. Imagine he got lost track of one of them or something, you know? So that's what made him go washing the money, you know, cleansing the money, you know? So that's what I thought of it. At the time, you know, I didn't think of it that way. Another time, in 1997, I'm playing poker. My dad begged me to enter this poker tournament. I'm never very good at playing poker. This black dude, bald head, blunt, red shirt, red striped shirt, look like Suge Knight. He didn't even look like Suge Knight. And he didn't get upset after I beat him. I probably would have stayed in the tournament and finished the tournament until I got beat. But apparently, I won that second hand. The first hand I won, lost nonchalantly. I lost nonchalantly, right? Didn't care if I lost the first hand or not. I just sat down and turned it. The second hand rolls around, right? At this table. And this guy had a big, arrogant guy, right? You know, cracking jokes, laughing, probably thinking it's cognac or brandy or whatever, you know? And he had an unlit Cuban cigar. And here I am, you know, just turned the day to the T, turning 21, right? 1997, April. And I won. He thought he won. He really thought he was like reaching for the chips, right? And laughing. And the dealer stopped and put her hand on his chest. And he's like, how did you win? Apparently, this casino, MGM Grand in Biloxi, Mississippi, I had a small wheel, like a small wheel, same suit. So he might have had a Fort Pecan, and my small wheel straight flush beat his. Oh, I didn't know. I mean, I think I won, and that hand took him down in the tournament pretty substantially. But he gets upset though. He paid something he really, this might have been Suge Knight. I don't know, but he looked like Suge Knight. And this is shortly after Notorious B.I.G. gets assassinated in California, right? In 1997. It's April 1997. I think Notorious B.I.G. got killed in like May or February or somewhere like that, right? March. He got killed in March. Anyway, sad. So he's upset and he's like really arguing with the dealer. I don't play like that. Apparently they had rules of Biloxi, Mississippi that stipulates me winning. So I get kind of scared and precautious. I'm just 21 years old. I don't know this dude. If he didn't look like Suge Knight and Paul Brady, I would stay and finish my hand. Finish the game, you know? So I paid the table fine, paid the table fine for the exit the tournament. Emergency, I think it's called emergency exit tournament, you know? So, and I ordered a non-alcoholic Bloody Mary, because at that time I'm on medication at the time. I can't drink alcohol. So I'm on medication, I'm on kind of experimental drug, Risperdal or Idol or whatever. So I wait for some non-alcoholic Bloody Mary with black pepper on top. The waitress, so I actually turned it. I actually my drink and I'm thirsty as hell too. So I buy this $20 slot machine, right? A $20 slot machine. And Sugar Mac sitting right there where that hat's at, right? And the waitress is behind him, walking behind him with my drink. So I'm like waving, I got this slot machine, right? And I was leaning up against it, like, hey, waving to her, right? Waving to her, my drink, you know, like, over here, you know? And I also see his eyes, like, Michael Singletary, you know? Like, you know, the football player, the linebacker from the Bears. Well, I see his eyes looking at me like, he's got that slot machine with no money. So I get my non-alcoholic Bloody Mary with black pepper on top, and I go back to what I'm good at, is the roulette table, socializing table. So I'm at the roulette table. My biological dad is at the bottom floor playing craps. The dollar craps, cheapo craps table. And that was that story that I can recollect, I can recall. That's my capabilities. Trying to find something interesting to talk about. So, I had a neighbor, I had two neighbors, main neighbors. My first neighbor, this is interesting. I had a dog named Freddy, right? My dad gives me a German Shepherd named Gretchen, right? My mom goes out in her robe in the backyard and talks about Gretchen, the female German Shepherd dog. My mom likes to call her the bitch, you know, the hoe, you know, the bitch. Gretchen, the bitch Gretchen, the dog, right? Our neighbors are the same name. The black guy, our neighbor, he was named Fred, and his wife was named Gretchen, and they're black. They're the president of the NACP, the local district, right? German Shepherd, right? And my dog Fred is a Weiheimer Labrador with polka dotted chest, you know, black and white checkerboard chest. It's a bird dog, you know. And my mom will come be in the backyard. My mom's from Scotland, so she talks with a different, you know, she talks with a different dialect. And she go, where's my big Gretchen at? And this woman was doing her gardening work in the backyard. And she's a black woman, right? She was, excuse me. I wasn't there. My mom was relaying this to me. That's Pat's mom. Patrick's mom. So that's when the first person I met as a little kid was this black kid named Pat, right? And it's the first person that I actually met, you know, my age and everything. We had a fence, right? We had like a see-through fence, you know, and they had a bologna sandwich. And my grandma comes from Glasgow, Scotland. My grandma, right? She was wrestling, watches the Al Pacino movie, The Godfather, and all that such. Well, she was watching her show, and she made me a ham sandwich. I'm in the backyard, you know, and I sat down somewhere. We were a little kid, I'm like about 6 or 7. And he's the same age, likewise. He's 6 or 7. And he goes, hey. I'm like looking. He's like right in front of me, behind the fence, right? I'm like, hey. And I couldn't see him, you know. I'm like, you know, I'm looking up in the sky. I remember now. I'm looking up in the sky like, you talking to me? Behind the fence. So I'm looking behind it. I couldn't really perceive, you know. My neighbor was the president's son of the local district of the NACP. It's like cultural rights for the people. And our mailbox used to get damaged because all the it was a different time back in the early 80s. Where I grew up at. And they're feeling these divorces. They move on. And man, for my birthday today, and no homies, you know. So I got something for you. I'm trying to strip club. So I'm riding in this black Regal or black Monte Carlo. I think he had a black Monte Carlo. I had a white Monte Carlo, 78 Monte Carlo, white. His is a black Monte Carlo, like the one in Training Day. The one in Training Day is more pristine, more quality. Well, you go to the Green Frog, right? I'm 21, or no, near the Green Frog, somewhere near the Green Frog, and had to pay extra to get in for some reason. I didn't put two and two together. They serve alcohol there, so I had to pay extra to get in. They let me in, and then I wanted them to like bend over and touch the floor with their finger. And they stopped me and go, man, they don't get down like that. The girls, you know, trippers. Now they do. Now they do. Back then they dressed PG. They danced PG back then. So we're all liquored up and smoked out and stuff. So I'm in the club going, yeah, probably like the only young cat there, you know, at the strip club. My homie first meet those brothers, right? And I seen that warlock in the golf area on the beach of Warlock Beach, the island. That's where I used to work, we had a golf area. And the owner took a liking to me. His name was Brady. I call him Mr. Seabreeze. My mom called him Seabreeze. But his name Brady Seabreeze, like the keeper elf, the Seabreeze, Seabreeze, the Sea, you know. I worked with marine animals. And back then I was too young to sell snow cones because the children, you know, the young children work schedule. So I come sell snow cones as an act, it's a law or something, right? So the owner come on, they like babysitters, you know, save money that way. So I went down at the beach. And the owner felt sorry for me, so he says, I'm gonna give you a job, man. You're gonna look after old dolphins. Back then they're called porpoises, and now they're called dolphins. People look up there now, so they're called dolphins. Back when I was growing up, they called them. You was by the army? Yeah. So they're called porpoises. Yeah, about Aiken Air Force Base, and Herbertville, and the Navy, Pensacola. So just go on the beach. So I'm working with the dolphins, or porpoises, called dolphins, porpoises, and then I see this. They got me a staff shirt, like I work there and such, right? It says STAFF at the back of the shirt. Staff, little kid. I think I'm 7 or 8 at the time. So I'm working as the working to entertain the retired dolphins because they're old and they're lonely. They keep them company, you know, and throw the ball. And they taught me some sign language, dolphin sign language for the dolphins to understand and kick the ball back and brush their teeth, you know, and such like that. Anyways, these school children popped up and their teacher popped up. But these wasn't regular school children. These school children were autistic children at the time. This is 1984 or 85, right? It might be 84. And the boss man told me, do not let no one into this facility or this tank area, water tank area. And then one thing led to another. The teacher walked up to me and goes, do you work here? Amen? Yeah, well, you know, I'm a volunteer. I'm not supposed to let anybody. She asked me, can the children spend time with dolphins? I'm like, yeah. See the eyes of these kids, right? These kids, autistic children, right? You know, they're in wheelchairs. They're in pretty bad shape. I felt bad. So I let them to the gate, you know, and they come in, they touch the dolphins and turn into new magical people at the time, right? You know, and I got in trouble for it too. I got out for that. So yeah, so later on, as time goes because, it brings out the best in me, I guess, because it turned into different people at the time. So that was that. And my dad, back in the 80s, my dad got a movie camera, like a VHS cassette, with the microphone and the camera, right? He had a camera at the beach. And back then, all the college students or riffraff of the nation ended up at the beach, stones throw away from the snack shop on the beach. So I hang out with my dad, right? For a little while, because he's in the Air Force. He's got back from wherever he came back from, right? Education college or Air Force college, whatever. So he's got this. It's 1985, 86, right? When the camera came out, right? The VHS came out, the big ass microphone. Yeah, right? So, yeah, he fished there too. It's the luckiest place to fish in America, and where I'm from, Destin, right? Best kept secret. It was a secret. Not no more. Yeah, right? So, anyway, Dad had a camera, right? And he's filming all these people at the beach in 1985, 86, 87. We're going to England, though. Before England. So, and they had a sweat, they had a swimsuit contest, like a beauty pageant, but it's on the beach, right? And I used to say that tape when I got older, appreciate it, back then I was like 9 or 10 when that happened. You can see my little 9-year-old self running around. I had a lizard on my shirt. I had a white t-shirt and I had a lizard on it. I think it was dead in the heat of the sun, so I was just sitting there. A little Floridian lizard, green little lizard. And I was talking to the ladies, I'm like, oh, you're cute, and I talked to them and such. And I hear my dad go, hey son, give me a beer. So I opened the check box and oh no, he's like, filming ladies. Hey, and the girls go like, hey, are you a movie producer? Are you over MTV? Yeah, I think I showed your tits. And for their boyfriends, are like, their boyfriends are like, with their girlfriends, and the boyfriends don't say nothing, they're like, yeah, It's funny. You'd be amazed how many females will show themselves at that time. This is before Girls Gone Wild and all that such. So that was it. So we go to England in 1986 and 87. Trump's pretty cool. I had a board game. Back then I had a board game, like Monopoly, right? There's a pretty extensive manual to play that game. And it's cutthroat too, Jack. So my mom and dad were kind of like going in and out with each other, trying to I didn't go, my mom liked him a lot when she was alive. My mom and dad were going through a phase, a divorce phase at the time. So I decided like to have a family board game night, right? To patch things up. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have brought that game out, man. So I bring out this bulky board game called Trump. Pop out the manual, right? Big law book. So I'm teaching my mom and dad how to play this game called Trump, right? So we get into it, 4 or 5 hours playing the game. Well, one thing, somebody said something 10 years ago, and led to now, and they got heated up, they get into a fist fight. The police come knocking on what's left of the front door, right? So I had an emergency spend the night at my buddy's house. They had the pool that was across the street from the NACP Frederick Correction. His name is David, redhead David kid. He was a pretty good kid. So he had older brothers though. They were always up and partying and such. So spent the night at his house, and I woke up the next day to check on my mom. My mom's in the bathroom, and there's like a broken champagne glass bottle in the grass, right? And something changed with Trump and USA. They have like church state, police state. This is Trump's. I think Trump's like mafia. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't vote. There's a I don't know. When you think of the mafia, I think of Trump. He's probably not like that. So I don't know. Somebody has to, somebody has to sell drugs, somebody has to shoot the troops, shoot the insurgents, someone has to take off their belt, someone has to whoop your ass, somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to do it. That's what I think. I would have voted for Trump, but I'm too lazy to vote, get on vote. The next time around, I think I might vote for Trump. I mean, if I don't vote for Trump, I wish I did vote for Trump, though, so I don't know. I don't know, we'll see what's in play, we'll see what's going down. But I didn't vote for him either, though, My mom liked Trump. She liked Sopranos and The Apprentice. That was her thing. She loves Sopranos. I think my ass beat. We lived in a 2-story house in Nashville, in Hermitage. And, I'm lazy. I can't even, So, my mom will be watching with her husband, The Sopranos, when it came out, like, 05 or so, I don't know, I think around that time. And I get my gourmet calendar baked chicken with sriracha sauce on top of it, right? And I be in the kitchen cooking up my chicken. My mom was diagnosed with cancer at the time, and she didn't like the smell of the food. And she said, when you get angry at me, like, the Russians help, yes or no? I don't know. I mean, I don't have that intel. But you gotta play ball with political theater things, James Gandolfini, that's the guy's name. Great actor. Now I'm starting to watch little snippets here and there on YouTube about The Sopranos. Russians okay, I don't know any Russian. I have a bad, like Rocky Balboa, for instance, right? Rocky IV. The Russians were all bad and everything, right? And then he got the microphone, goes, "Black girls can't hear white man." From hate to love. I like that. He flipped the script on them people. I like that. Rocky Balboa. That's a pretty good speech. Well, I'm going to stay here for 5 more minutes and I'm going to close you on out. Eat some food, So, I appreciate y'all spending time shooting the breeze with me, Talk about. I want to have a couple. Oh yeah. So I live in a 2-story house in Hermitage. Story from good old Tom. Are you good? Yeah, reminiscing about my life. 43. But I'm a hermit though. I'm a homeboy. I'm home slice. I don't go out that much. So I think. I was at a condition back when I lived in St. Louis. I used to go to the coffee shop, Italian coffee shop, Italian restaurant, Italian bakery on the east side of St. Louis, right? And the bar, I used to go to this bar, and but I used to hang out in this coffee shop, but they didn't sell no alcohol there. They didn't sell no beer or nothing there. And all the college students will hang out there, right? They'll play chess, board game, read books, read coffee, get on their, I guess, computers there they had there. Anyway, so across the street was this Italian restaurant. And back then I was getting involved in, Wall Street, going to Casino Queen, going to the TWA Dome, and back in 1999, right? So, and then this guy's girlfriends were asking me, am I a wine enthusiast, right? Pretty cool Italian guy, right? Pretty cool. So I used to hang out at that, drink wine a little bit. And I go to the other bar, and I go to the bakery, and I go to this Chinese restaurant next to the movie rental place. I used to rent the movies there. Network video or blockbuster video, either or. And rent some movies there, I used to watch Sam Jackson in the British movie, Full 51, right? The Swordfish. When Swordfish come out? I don't know. I went to the theater and saw a girl interrupted, right? When I write a movie, I love the movie. You ever see that? Injuries, and then 9/11 happened, right? Actually, that day, you know what I was doing that day? We had to sell the house that day, so we had people coming over to finalize the house that day in East St. Louis. Yeah, so in East St. Louis, right? Finalizing the house. And I had to clean my room. So my room was all spiffy clean, So I was up all night playing Ultima, right? The Pacific Shore and Atlantic Shore. Back when you had to pay to play. So I sat down on my bed, my main bed, right? And I, closed my eyes a little bit, and woke up, and I turned on the computer, no internet. I thought that was odd. My stepfather is in the military, he's an officer, he works with fighter pilots and such, right? Air Force. I thought it was odd, because we always have good internet, And I turned on the television, and look what I watched. I watched the Wall Street crap, right? Because I like that, 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the field, or around 7 o'clock in the morning or so, because the people come around 9 or so. So, and the first plane, Bryan Hanson says the first plane hit the building. So I immediately, that's why we had to put two together. I said, boom, that's why we have no internet. So I wake up my mom. Mom, it's all being attacked. It's the first plane hit the building, right? I'm from Florida, Gulf Coast area. This is from St. Louis, though. My mom's Scottish. So I wake up the stepfather. My stepfather wakes up on his own. I'm like, why, man? You're not gonna believe that. We're getting attacked, man. No, So he goes on and makes his coffee, right? Sits down on the couch. That's the couch sat on, right? And he's, oh my gosh. And I said, what? So I was pouring my coffee, right? I was in the other room pouring my coffee downstairs below. And I'm like, yeah, man. So I'm like, yeah, it's Egypt, man. They're after us. So that was that. So we go to the bakery place where mom hangs out and such. And people still come over there. And so I'm in New York, down the block from sold that house that day. That was a strange day. I was on all day. I was there that day. So before I went to bed that night, when I woke up, I was all night. I was in the Yahoo chat room. Because I'd go there, because we had the Yahoo chat. It was a Chinese chat room, right? I go into different foreign chat rooms, and they ask me, you're American, where are you from? Yeah, good. I was in St. Louis, East St. Louis at the time. And people were giving me a heads up. He goes, what are you doing today? I'm like, nothing. They go, don't go out, don't go anywhere. I'm like, okay, I won't go anywhere. Why are you asking me all these questions? And you'll see. So I got done playing Ultima, and I was trying to study on the Wall Street game, right? I wanted to buy gold, and it was 200 an ounce at the time. I wanted to buy 50 gold coins at the time. So I'm looking at Daytech, it's the parent company of Ameritrade at the time, or Ameritrade bought Daytech out. but they had pre-market trades, and through pre-market trades, where the bell opens up, and buying zero and play, like an upgrade or so, in pre-market, NASDAQ, 4 ticker, to get you 3% bump, right? Cash out. So you get 3% bump, we'll cash out. Keep it liquid, right? So I set my pre-made bed for an hour or so waiting for people to show up. And I thought I locked something down in Ultima. So I turned on my computer. Now, my room was above the garage. It was always cold. So I remember that. And the computer didn't work. And my stepfather's Air Force, and he's an officer. And that was that. I sold the house that day. And then I comes in from St. Louis for my injuries, temporary apartment complex on I think it's Music Row or something, not Richville. And they pulled over by police and a couple squad cars and some unit, gang unit. Since when you have gang units stop a traffic violation from Illinois, east side of St. Louis? I know gang, So the gang unit people take first day one that I get pulled over by gang unit, right? Seriously, just for real. And so then I have my injuries happen. My mom and stepfather had the wrong medicine. I learned from reaction to medicine. I jumped off the balcony. They ended up to carry me. I learned to walk again. And then they had to buy a house on the cup. They had to buy a house quick. They bought a house quick in Raccoon Trail, in Hermitage. So I'm sitting there, and I was trying to get into the music thing, forget the Wall Street, getting help. Help is more important than anything else. So I'm not getting stressed out thinking about Wall Street. So I want to get music for therapy and be on benefits, So my aunt, where Rainy comes from New York, Staten Island area, right? And she had $100 bills that she gave to me for Christmas. So I went to St. Ash and got my eight speakers, my 8-side speakers in my room, my basement room. I call it my dungeon because the only person hanging out there is me and my keyboard, my Phantom 7, X7. So I'm pumping. And this guy knocks on my door. He's a TBI agent. Apparently, he wanted to know my name and asked me if I had any information about the people that live in the corner of the block. I'm like, no, I don't. I just want to go back to our room and make my music, listen to my music, And apparently, FBI and TBI are two different entities. Because I live in Tennessee, and that was that. And interesting. That really happened. Apparently, I think it's TBI. That's what it is. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. That's Tennessee's own state, I guess. I don't know. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The FBI of Tennessee, I guess. It's the FBI of Tennessee. Because I was walking upstairs to get my cup of tea, and no one was home but me. So that's when I bumped up the house, We're vacating in Florida one time. I was in Florida one time. And I was talking to my stepfather. Yeah, we're in AJ's, right? Boom, and listening to music, right? Right, man, I boom louder in my room than this whole nightclub, Local investigation. I think they teach the FBI. They teach the FBI to become FBI agents. I don't know, it's like a learning experience. So I'm telling my stepfather, we're in AJ in Florida. I bump louder, I boom louder in my room, my bedroom, this whole nightclub. No problem, cool. So I'm walking upstairs with a cell phone, white cell phone, for the local area from my house. And I saw, corner of my eye, this guy knocking on my door, I had a glass window, and I picked up the phone, ready to call the cops. And I was seeing his badge, the glass window, his badge. paper. You're like, what now, Hanson? Can you take this away? Okay. But I know information. So I'm healing up to my injuries, learning to walk again. So I break out my cane, my walking stick. I go walk around the park because there's dogs. And people in Nashville got dogs like Rottweilers and pit bulls. So I'm very precautious because I can't run no more. I used to run track, now I can't sprint. So I walk around the whole neighborhood with a stick. And I see a police helicopter flap up. And it takes position of me walking with the stick. I guess someone in the neighborhood thought, oh, carrying a shotgun or something. And this helicopter was flying low. And it was like, looking at me. So I'll play it off, nonchalantly. I walk back to my house. My mom's doing the dishes. She's on the phone doing the dishes, right? Like, Mom, get off the phone. Just wait, I can't talk right now. I don't have American Stanford. Yeah. Stanford. Yeah. So Mom, this helicopter came out of nowhere. It's following us. This walk could be okay. It's cool. Look at this thing. So I'm walking my cane. I'm hugging my mom, right? We sat on a stoop, right? Because we have stoops here. Yeah, we have a front steps to our house. So, like, Mom, I'll hug you. Tell like we're having a fun time, So she's on the phone, I'm hugging her, I'm waving at this helicopter, right? My cane came inside the thing, waving at this helicopter, and it buzzed the house and stopped, and it buzzed the house again, and on. I thought that was bizarre, strange. I'm gonna say this. Talk about education. Talk about education. Respect to you. I don't have a high school education. Me and my homie Lil J, Jason Chanel, across the street from me, diagonally, at Bond Lane. Well, me and him decided, we were young, we were like 17, 18 at the time, 16, 17, 18 at the time. We talked to each other to get a GED. Because I go to night classes, man. I said, real? Yeah, I stay all night, all day. I go to school for 2 hours a night, from 7 to 10. Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, my mom tries this. Maybe your mom can have it up with us. Oh, that's great. So we go to night classes and Choctaw Hatchie. One thing leads to another. I had to take a GED test. It's $20 in advance. So I paid $20 and I was working at, we moved from the shower house, came down to our house near the Albertsons area. So I was working at Denny's, right? I had not one shift, not two shifts, 3 shifts, and that, right? And a GED test after my 3rd shift. So I get home after my 3rd shift, working all night, only about 2 hours sleep. I'm on the phone, I'm like a dog, tired, sweating like a slab of cheese, right? So like, me, Mom, I don't want to hear it. Get off the phone, get to high school to get my GED test. I pay $20 in advance. You don't talk to me like that. So I had a break. So I'm walking down the racetrack road. She comes rolling up in her Cavalier. Hop in. Last few blocks to the thing. And I take the test. I failed it. I failed the essay exam thing. So I was late for it. 30 minutes late for it. How was that? So I don't have a GED. Slow classes all through my schooling, from the 3rd grade on to like high school level. Yeah, right here. Yeah. GED. Got to for Easter Sunday. I got a tattoo. I made that tattoo. It's a cross tattoo. Yeah, I have to because my religion's birthday. Jesus, and other than people say I look like him, when I was in the hospital, people say I look like Jesus or Charles Manson, either one. So